hands down and then challenge for a 2-on-1. Let it flow. You'll hit one and hit the other. Right there it is. See that? That's it right there. That's it. That's because he has to meet your push.
Yeah.
There's no pull to this. It's him doing it. Yeah. Hey, get ready to miss a bunch of these. It's okay. Keep going. You're going to miss a bunch. You're going to hit. You're going to miss. Yeah, don't go to his head in Greco. Stay below the waist or stay below the pec line. There you go. And keep going to that 2-on-1 for right now. Keep going to the 2-on-1. We're going to go deep dive today. We don't get bored. We stay patient and strong. There it is. Now for right now, just go from push on that first contact, get to your 2-on-1 and keep the 2-on-1, but push out of your 2-on-1 now. Don't reach early. Now push right there. As soon as you get that 2-on-1, take ground again. Take ground again. Yes. There's a moment here you've got to win that moment. Yes. If you make that move too soon, you'll get some slicks, but against world-class guys, you're going to have to earn it more. Yes, stay in that 2-on-1.
So he's kind of going to the drag first, and he should control the inside 2-on-1 before he even drags. It's not right to the drag. It's a controlled lift.
Inside 2-on-1. There's a golden opportunity here to take steps, and any steps you get, take them.
Well, here's what I see already, Coach, is that this is what we really need to be able to teach Greco, because you can't just go in and teach an arm spin and teach, headlocks and throws and things like that without understanding this part of it. This is like stance and motion. This is like, where do my feet actually go? Where do my hands actually go? And this is the stuff that we don't have as non-Greco practitioners. So this is awesome to me.
Well, and if we finger fight here, Coach, we will give up underhooks. And our best athletes in America, when they go to age group, if they finger fight, we lose. Mm-hmm. And a lot of finger fighting, you know what it is. It's trying to stop action. I'm trying to stop action. And so what we want to do is generate it. And so go past his first line of defense. Get your hands on him, because when you put your hands on somebody, that's a legitimate threat.
Okay, let's go just quickly over how to obtain that inside 2-on-1, because that's new terminology too. I would call, just real simple for somebody like yourself with Greco, we would do it. We do regular pummeling, and then we do outside pummeling where we're coming here. But this is a different feel with this inside 2-on-1. And so,
your outside pummeling there. We just had a conversation about that with Coach Linland this last week with our coaching staff. But I think you're on the money there. What I'd say to that is make the first contact, and whatever hand you feel, and typically, Cade, you're already doing it. It's almost natural. That's why we don't teach it much. When you put that hand on the rib, that should be your lead leg hand. You put your hand down low. Your lead hand stays low. And there's another piece in the video that'll show that. But right there. So you put it low, and that way you've got hip drive. See, your hand's closest to your hip and his. So you're going to have more drive here than normal. You're not pushing shoulder. You're pushing hip. So now I'm going to attack his rib. And what happens is normally that's the hand that he attacks because it's the closest in proximity, and it's probably the most dangerous hand that you've put on him. So a good guy is going to try to snag that down. Well, what you want to do is, okay, you want to take it down? I'm taking it down with you. But guess what my left hand's going to do now? Yes, it's going to reach across and go to the inside immediately. Now, you don't have control of the hand that he had a hold of.
Right.
But as you take that down, you actually go against his thumb most of the time. I mean, unless he's already in an overgrip, he will lose that arm. And he loses it too because you don't leave it. No man's land is where you try to take a 2-on-1 with your arms extended and in open space. I want the 2-on-1. First of all, I want his hand against his body. If I can put a hand against his body, now I can change off my 2-on-1.
Well, and that's key there too, because I've never heard that emphasized, that much about making sure you push it to his own body
Right.
and what that does to the position, and then
Yeah.
how. So yeah.
Try it a couple more times.
Here, see, it's on camera. I might go here. Okay.
That hand. Yes. Now go. You got to keep ground. You got to take ground. Yes. Then you'll change it off to a 2-on-1. But without taking the ground, now you're just hand fighting again.
Yeah.
And if you leave coach with his feet, then he becomes strong. You've got to take his feet away from him. Right there. Yes.
7 right here. You're pushing straight into me, so I have to push back, and then you fully bite.
There it is. There it is. That's why you're going to have an initial contact push. You're going to have a 2-on-1 push. And each of those times, what coach did was he adjusted. Good wrestlers are going to make the adjustment. And what's going to happen is they're going to come back at you with hip drive each of those times. And the hip drive is what you're going to use in your favor because that tightens the whole process up. Okay? One more. Yeah. Again, patience. The thing is, when you get a good single leg up in the air and you're in the middle of the mat, if you're on the boundary, then you got some work to do immediately. But if you're not on the boundary, then pick up the single leg. But this guy's on one leg. And the rules state that he cannot leave his feet anymore and counterattack your leg with his legs. Now, in freestyle, you can. But but they frown on that, but they don't stop it. So the deal is that it's just like that. When you get a leg up in the air, slow down. When I throw a guy feet to back, the first thing I want to do is maintain the back. Keep him on his back. Show some patience. Older wrestlers always show patience. So the patience here is first contact, 3 push, 3 step. Second contact, tie, 3 push. So one more time. First contact. Yep. Throw it down. Now, work your 2-on-1 for 3 steps. Yes. Hey, let's do one thing, and it's not on anything I've got today, but I want to do one thing with you guys. Kate, I want coach to try. I want you to set up in your stance and walk to him, and then I want him to try to grab your hands. And what I want you to do is do not let him grab your hands. In other words, you're going to make a quick little movement in, out, down, whatever you want, but you're going to just guide the knife through the hands and right to the body. So walk in, he tries to get your hands. As soon as you do, go to the body. There it is. Yes, that's what you want. And it's that, and what happens in Europe is these guys, they hit this really hard, and then if they don't get what they want, they just break it off and start the process again. And they may hit you 15 times in the first minute. So, but each time it's just like the Mercedes commercial. It's all or nothing. It's either I get my move or I get out of it. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this at targets and the ties part. So when we're looking at this, we've got vertical position, and you held that really well. But vertical position gives us the 4 things we're really after. If we can have our shoulders over our hips, then we can create rotation, we can create lift, we can push, and we can defend. I can push and defend because there's an opening, there's a gap between us and them. If I take and put my chest on your chest, I will already be penetrated. My head will be on the other side of your ear. And what happens now is if you just hit a hard level change, I go right over top of you. No one wants to level change out of this position because you level change right now,